First, I want to start off by saying that mental health is the foundation of everything that we do in our lives. It is the foundation of relationships, what we do, how we act, how we think, our work performance. The difference is how we will act or react in each situation. Now, I'm going to talk about food first. When your food is inconsistent, so is your mood. So is your energy levels, so is your sleep, the types of thoughts that you have, how many thoughts you're going to have. When our food intake improves, the thoughts that we have improve. We are free from them bad thoughts, or at least them bad thoughts don't cause us as much harm mentally. We don't have as much anxiety or depression, the feeling of depression. Our sleep improves, giving us more energy, making us think better thoughts, making us improve and have better days. What we consume is how we're going to think. We're going to think bad thoughts if we're consuming a lot of sugar, a lot of calories, a lot of unhealthy fats. It's going to determine the mood that you're in, the energy that you have, the sleep that you have. And this is why I talk about food first. This is the first pillar of mental health, good mental health. When we have inconsistent food, when we consume the wrong types of calories, it's going to determine all of these different things, the health, the energy levels, the thoughts that we're having, which is going to make us inconsistent with the rest of the three pillars. Your food intake is going to be the most important pillar and is going to be the foundation of our mental health. It's going to make us sleep better, so it's easier to get out of bed. It's going to make us fall to sleep faster. Because we're having that good sleep, we're going to think better thoughts. Because we're consuming good food, we're going to have better thoughts. Because we're going to be in a better mood, we're going to have better conversations, we're going to have better relationships, we're going to feel more connected to everyone around us. This is going to be the foundation of your good mental health, of improving your mental health, of being more satiated in your life. If someone told me this sooner, I feel as if I wouldn't have wasted so many years in the gym and out of the gym. In the gym, I progressed really slowly because of the type of foods that I was eating. I didn't realize the healthy fats, the sugar, how much protein I should be having. I wasted so many years. And I wasted so many years not connecting with people, being so disconnected from myself because I didn't understand how food was affecting me, the thoughts that it was giving me. Do you see how it all links, how it's all correlated together? Good sleep, better thoughts, good food, better thoughts, better mental health, the way you think, the energy levels, they all correlate together. Improving your mental health, improving your workload, improving the other parts of your life, your relationships, your fitness journey, how much dopamine you're getting from everything, how fulfilled you feel in life. It is the foundation of everything because it is what you are consuming. When you choose to throw out the junk food, you choose to throw out the unhealthy thoughts, the unhealthy conversations, because you realize what you are consuming is going to dictate your thoughts, how you sleep, how much anxiety you have, the depression you feel, how connected you feel, how deep can your conversations go? What are the root problems of everything in your life? You're a man and you are a problem solver by nature. And when you solve the problem of eating junk food, of changing this unhealthy habit, and when you overcome this problem, you will realize how much in your life is junk, how much can go, the conversations, the relationships, the other unhealthy habits that you have that are going to hold you back so much, that are going to correlate to everything else in your life. This is a core pillar of good mental health, is your food, is what you are consuming. You will realize that what you're consuming by what you're listening to, the people around you, the people that you're listening to on YouTube, the people you're listening to on Facebook, the experiences that you put yourself through will completely change because you realize what you consume is what you become. And if you want a different life to what you're living right now, you will completely change your daily habits, the way that you are living. Because you realize that these little habits that don't seem like too much, oh no, no, it's not that. I'm just a little bit depressed. Yes, you're depressed because of the habits that you are doing, the daily acts. The daily act of someone who is happy, who is successful, who is fulfilled, who is whatever that your dream goal is in your mind. Whatever that is in your mind, that a person in real life has that success, has that life that you want. And what does he do? He doesn't do what you do. He doesn't sit at home. He doesn't eat junk food. He doesn't play video games. He doesn't do these unhealthy habits. He's had to live and grind through this life to become the person that he is, to achieve the life that he has. And that's exactly what you have to do. You have to realize that these habits that you're doing every single day are dictating what's the difference between your life and their life. It's going to be the difference between having a life and not having a life. Being fulfilled and not being fulfilled. Everything changes when you change what you consume. The next pillar of achieving better mental health is going to be focus. We need something to focus on within our lives. Otherwise, our minds become free. And that might sound good all in all, but when our mind becomes free and nothing to focus on, it gets lost in thought. And it's very easy to get distracted by the unpleasant thoughts, the bad thoughts that we have within our life. It gets easy to get stuck, trapped on thinking the same thoughts, building anxiety, depression, lack of energy, lack of confidence, because these thoughts keep ruminating, because we keep doing the things that confirm them thoughts. When we have nothing to focus on, we have no direction, no sense of achievement, no sense of motivation to keep going, to put our minds to work, to make us feel like we're not accomplishing things physically, but we're accomplishing things mentally. Like we're growing mentally. It gives us a sense of satisfaction. It gives us a sense of happiness, of feel like we're contributing to the tribe as a whole, the world. We feel like we're contributing to our society, our generation. By having something to focus on, we have goals, we have objectives, we have little achievements within that big goal that we're trying to achieve, that we're trying to focus on. We have little goals that keep pushing us, making us happy, making us want to celebrate, making people in our lives want to celebrate them little achievements that we have. It makes us feel more connected to someone else when we hit them little goals. It gives us purpose, it gives us drive, it puts us into a flow state, and we become extremely happy and satisfied within our life when we hit or find something that we can achieve this flow state that I'm talking about. It allows us to problem solve within our life. This flow state that I'm talking about is a state where time just passes you by and you don't realize how much you're getting done within that time, how fast time is going, because you are just enjoying yourself. You are just enjoying being in this moment, doing this thing that you're concentrating on, that you have a drive for, that you have motivation to do, that gives you enjoyment and fulfillment within your life. Without anything to focus on, we come back to getting lost in your thoughts. And getting lost in your thoughts can create all of these negative feelings of anxiety, depression, not feeling confident. And within that, we're not going to feel proud. We're not going to want to get involved into conversations and talk about ourselves to make ourselves feel proud, because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing that we are focusing on. There's nothing that we're achieving mentally or physically. There's no purpose to our life. We do not feel satisfied. We do not feel fulfilled. And this is going to be a problem within our life. There is no direction. There is no place that we can put our mind at work, we can put our body at work. There is nothing to get us into that flow state. And this is a sad life to live, because I've been there. I've been in this situation where I felt like I had nothing going for me. I had no direction. I had nothing to concentrate on. I was lost in thought. Sitting there for 12 hours, 16 hours a day, lost in thought. Wasting my life away, doing activities and habits that were making me think less and less, as least as possible, so I could run away from these thoughts that I was having in my mind, that kept creeping up whenever I was just sitting there doing nothing. Because I knew how much I should be doing, or the things that I had to do but I didn't want to do because I had no energy. From the food that I was eating, from the thoughts that I was having. I had nothing to focus on, so I got lost. I got lost in thought. I got overwhelmed with the feelings that I was feeling, with the amount of things that I should be doing or I had to do. It was no wonder that I had bad mental health. The habits that I had, the food that I was eating, the lack of purpose that I had in my life. The third pillar of better mental health is going to be fasting. And what I mean by fasting is a dopamine fast. Coming away from all stimulation, from your phones, from people, from music, from food, everything within your life that is going to create this sense of overwhelming stimulation, dopamine rushing to your brain, this hyper feeling within your life that you're constantly chasing. Because within that chasing of the dopamine, of this feeling that rushes through our brains when we have sex, when we have food, when we have certain conversations, when we're looking at certain things on the internet, it rushes our brain, it floods our brain with this dopamine. And every single time that this happens, that we hit that peak, our levels drop and our baseline actually drops. And when that baseline drops, the habits, the things that we're looking for, the things that we seek, the food that we have, the sex that we have, the conversations that we look for, all increase. They get more extreme. And when this happens and it keeps going and you're unaware of it, it'll go deeper and deeper until things get out of hand. Until your brain feels completely fried. And this is when you hit them really low lows. Because you can't get any satisfaction out of the food that you're eating, the sex that you're having, the conversations that you're having, your life as a whole. It becomes a pit of dark, cold conversation. Everything just doesn't feel good. A dopamine fast or a dopamine detox. Because it frees your mind of thought, of desire, of worries. Your mind also needs a rest from time to time to not focus on the things that we have in our lives, that we have going on, but the things that we desire, the things that are stimulating our mind in unhealthy ways. Our mind needs a rest. And this is through finding things that we find fun, playful, or things like meditation, NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. These things can reset our brains, reset our dopamine receptors within our mind, and we can get more satisfaction and come back to a more even playing field within our life, getting more satisfaction from the little things that we do, the little conversations that we have. Our thoughts become healthier, our thoughts start to actually slow down so we can have better thoughts. Our desires aren't extreme, we don't spend excessive amount of money to try and please what we're getting out of life. Conversations become deeper, become more meaningful. We problem solve a lot easier because we're not constantly stressed with the amount of hormones that are rushing through our body. One thing about a dopamine detox has brought me closer to myself, has brought me closer to understanding myself and becoming more self-aware, because I started to listen to my body, my breathing, my thoughts. The conversations that I was having, I became more present. The things that I was posting, the things that I was watching, I became more observant of them. I realised the things that I was watching were unhealthy. The things that I was eating were unhealthy. Coming away from something makes you realise what that thing does for you, what that thing does to you. And sometimes them things aren't always the best. And that's why I think a dopamine detox is needed every so often. So you can realise what these things that you are doing, the things you are focusing on, whether it's right for you, whether it's the right way forward, whether it's helping you in a healthy way, mentally and physically. No doubt that if you are mentally drained, that you are probably physically drained as well. Probably you won't want to cook the food, you will want to get a takeaway. You won't want to go to the gym, you'll want to watch Netflix instead. When you become mentally drained, you become physically drained. And this is why our brain needs a rest every so often. And you can say that we get that rest within sleep, but sometimes we don't always sleep that well because of the thoughts that we're having, because of the food, because of the things that we're doing throughout the day it interrupts our sleep. Meditating, dopamine detox, NSDR helps our sleep, helps us rest better, helps our brains digest everything better. We become more of a sponge. We absorb more throughout the day from what we're learning because we become more present, we become more stimulated by the things that we're having. We're not wandering off in thought when we're having a conversation. We are present within this moment, speaking to someone, listening to someone. We are learning more a lot from what we're doing because we are here. We are listening to ourselves. We are learning more about ourselves because we're in this moment. We're not wandering off thinking about that TikTok that we saw an hour ago. When we're free from thought, desire, worries, our mind just unravels, and these problems that we have within our life, we solve them. As a man, we're a solver. We are a problem solver. And if you just let our minds unwind, we will eventually get to the point of solving the problem which we have within our lives. Instead of running away on social media, running away watching Netflix, running away eating the wrong types of food, running away looking for sex, we be in this present moment, we feel the feelings and we let them worries, we sit with that worry, we sit with that pain, we sit with that emotion, our mind unravels and we solve the problem. Because that's what we are problem solvers. And if you allow that for yourself, you will solve the problems within your life. You wouldn't even have to watch this video if you just sat there and be with yourself. If you let yourself think and worry and not run away from it after 10 minutes of sitting there. Let yourself sit there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Let your mind just unwind and see the things that it comes up with. Your mind will eventually get to the point of okay, if I have this problem, I need to do this thing. But you're too stimulated, you're too worried about what people think about you, you're too worried about keeping up with the next latest trend, the next thing that you see on Instagram, the next post that you need to post on your Snapchat story. You're worrying about things that don't fucking matter and running away from the things that do matter, that are things that are going to give you more purpose and less worry and anxiety within your life. If you just sit there fast from the dopamine that you're seeking every day from food, sex, porn, people, social media, then you'll be able to figure out the things, the problems that within your life, that you're having within your life. If you just sit there, journal, think, meditate, do an NSDR, you'll become into a calm state of being and your mind will just unravel. With the problems that you're having, you will feel a lot lighter. If you just sit there and feel your emotions, feel the things that you're worried about, your mind will unravel. You'll feel more connected to yourself and the people around you. The people around you will look up towards you because they see how much you're improving mentally. And the most attractive thing that you can do is improve your mental, improve the knowledge that you have, the way that you think, because that can be the most attractive thing to both men and women. Men want to hang around with you because of the way you think. They want to be more like you because of the way you think, not just because of the way you look, because of the way you think. And women are attracted to your mental side. You could be an ugly little bastard and you can attract the most beautiful girls with your mind, with how your mind works. Because what is uncommon in today's society is knowledge, is your mind, is the way that you think. Because not a lot of people actually do think and think for themselves and question where they've come up and the things that they've been told throughout their life. Is it right? Is it wrong? They don't even read books. They can't even think straight. They can't even think in a straight line because 1 minute you're thinking about a TikTok and next minute you're thinking about a girl's pussy. The things that you do think about are not even deep, are not even relevant, are not even going to stimulate a woman's mind. It's no wonder that you can't attract anyone because of the way that you think is surface level. I'm not here to upset you and blame you. I'm here to make you realise the things that you're thinking about, the things that you're doing, and how different your life could be if you focus on these things that are going to improve your mental health, going to improve and make you take up habits that are going to be attractive, that are going to make you think better thoughts, that are going to make you achieve a better life. They're not going to make you so emotional because you can stand in that emotion and fight through it and think about what you can do about the problem. Not get so anxious and upset when someone tells you that you can't fuck a girl, that you're unattractive. It's not that you're physically unattractive, but your mind is unattractive. And that's because you can't sit there. You can't think through these problems because you're so stimulated. You run away from everything that comes up in your life, and that makes you weak because you're not a problem solver. You're a woman at that point. You're not there to balance a woman out. You're there to create more anxiety and depression within that woman's life. You can't be there and stand strong within that woman's emotion. There needs to be a balance within relationships of certainty and uncertainty. We as men become emotional when we have nothing to focus on, when we do not have a purpose in life. And you can never find that purpose in life if you are always stimulated, if you can never sit there and figure out the problems within your life. The problems that you have in your life are going to be layers of what your purpose is. Because you're not always going to know exactly what your purpose is, but you're going to know the direction that you want to go in. And that starts with figuring out the problems that you have in your life. Okay, I'm good at this, I'm bad at this, and you want to improve on this. And that's the direction that you take. You go in that direction, and eventually you'll come to a point where you've peeled enough layers back, you've unraveled enough problems within your life that you've figured out what route that you want to take, what things that you want to solve for other people, how you want to help other people help the tribe. And you can't do that if you're constantly stimulated, if you're constantly worrying about how to attract another woman, if you're always looking for sex, if you're always looking for the next trend, if you're always on social media scrolling away, if you can't think about what's going on in your mind, if you can't understand your emotions and the way you're feeling, sort them out and problem solve them, you're always going to feel lost. For you to solve them problems, you're going to need to come away and be with yourself. Learn how to be with yourself. No phone, no people, just you, a book, a journal, and your mind. No stimulation, just healthy food and space away from everyone else. Most likely you'll want to spend time in nature, because this is where our mind can unravel like true human beings, like true men. Back in the day, our mind thinks more logically and more vast, in a way where we feel like we can conquer the world in that moment. The sound of the birds tweeting brings us to a calm state, and our mind just unravels and we keep going, because we're not stimulated and everything's not, these hormones are not rushing through our brain thinking, oh my God, look at her ass. We're thinking about what we can do next. And if we're walking, we're going step by step, and that's exactly what goes on within our mind. Our mind unravels step by step. We think about, okay, I've got this problem, okay, I could do this about it, and then I could do this about it, and we go off on a tangent. We figure out where we can go, what we can try, the next steps within our life. This is why we need to seek a dopamine detox every now and again, so we can become unstimulated from the modern day. Because the modern day is so fast-paced, so in your face, full of dopamine, full of all these hormones that are going to confuse you, all this information that's going to confuse you. You need to take a break and think about you. In this very moment, what can you do right now? Not about how far ahead your friend is, or this lad on social media, how good he looks. About what you can do right now so you can focus on the next few days, the next few years, your life in 10 years. What will your future look like? If you start today focusing on the things that you have, the problems that you have right now, where will that take you? Where will that lead you if you can fully focus on them problems right now? Because that's going to take a lot of guts, courage, determination, consistency on focusing on what you want right now. And that will mean that you can't spend time worrying about the next trend, what that lad's posting on social media. It's going to take you to spend time with yourself, to learn what you know, learn about yourself, learn about the things that you worry about, problem solve the problems that you have within your life by reading books, by spending time with yourself, by having deep conversations with other people that have gone through the same situation. Seek knowledge within the things that you want to learn about. Don't waste time gaming or watching these silly little videos, scrolling on TikTok, doing these dance trends. It's bullshit. It's a way to distract you from you. Fourth pillar of mental health is fitness. Now I'm talking about walking, running, weightlifting, calisthenics, swimming, anything, whatever comes to your mind when you think about fitness. A goal that you would like to take up, something that you could work towards physically. Because what this is going to do is increase your feel-good chemicals, the dopamine, the neuroepinephrine, the feel-good feelings within your brain. It's going to increase your energy, increase your motivation. You're going to be able to get better at problem solving, because you're going to have to learn all these different macronutrients and ways of training. You're going to have something to focus on, a beginning, a start to what you need to do to improve in your life. little steps that you need to take, little supplements maybe you need to take. I'm saying, like, it could be creatine and just protein is what most people take. But if you're, you don't want to be taking all that shit that's got loads of shit in it. You just want to take the basics that are going to help you get to your goal. The creatine and the protein. Maybe some pre-workout. It's going to help you regulate your hormones. It's going to create more blood circulation within your body, within your brain. The more blood circulation pumping around your body, the more better thoughts you're going to have. With them feel-good feelings, the better thoughts you're going to have again. To bring up the food subject, it's going to help you improve on your food, to stay more consistent with your food, because you're going to have to track everything. You're going to have to get the right amount of protein, the right amount of healthy fats. You're going to want to stop eating sugar. All of these little details that you're going to want to take up within your fitness journey is going to help you in other areas of your life. With the progressive overload within training, you're going to understand that you can do the same thing with mental loads. You can progressively overload with mental loads, with the reading that you're doing, with the writing that you're doing, the work that you want to work towards, the business that you want to work on. It's going to improve because you understand this all about the gym, all these little details, all these, refining of creating this body that you want. It's going to leak into other areas of your life, to improve in other areas of your life. You're going to have something to focus on, which comes into relation of the focus pillar within these 4 pillars. It stimulates the mind and it helps you problem solve. It helps you get into that flow state. Yes, there's going to be days where you don't feel like it, but them days where you go and you don't feel like it, they are the best workouts, because you have made yourself proud within that moment, that you turned up, that you stayed consistent, that you were determined, of how much discipline you have, of how much consistency you have. They are one of the best workouts because you work out the hardest. You really don't want to be there. You're angry, you're upset, you're going through something, you're tired, but you just want to work, and you're in that moment and you want to stress your muscles out. You want to take all that anger out, that stress, that tiredness, and get it out and pump your body with, to create something better for your future, to make your future self proud that you were here, that you were today, you were in this moment, determined and consistent. You had that discipline to say, I'm going anyway. I'm going to turn up and I'm going to build a better body than what I have today. You're thinking about tomorrow instead of today. And that's what makes a man, is doing the thing even when you don't want to do it. It's staying consistent even when you don't want to stay consistent. It's you versus you. It's about what you did last week and if you can improve again. And then little improvements again bring you this satisfaction that you're moving forward within your life. And you can take that into other areas of your life. You have all these different things to focus on. You don't have time to spend on social media and spend thinking about other people and what other people are thinking about you and whether a girl is attracted to you or not, because you are focusing on you, and that alone is going to be attractive within itself. Better thoughts, better ways of thinking, better choices to be made within your life. You're going to get better at making decisions within your life because you understand the principle of discipline and consistency. It's going to leak into other areas like your business, like your money, like your relationships. You will become more logical because of the regulation of your hormones. Everything is linked if you just sit back and listen. Listen to yourself, listen to the understanding of your mind, of the way that you think, of the food that you eat, the activities that you do. Everything within your life is linked, but you don't realize it. And until you do realize it, your life is going to be a mess. It's not going to make any sense. The direction that you choose to go in is not going to make any sense because everything is off balance and everything is linked. I wish there was a video when I was starting my fitness journey like this one, telling me the hard truth, telling me exactly what these things are doing to me, explaining step by step in simple fucking terms of what these things are going to do for me, how it's going to help me, how it's going to improve my relationships, my thoughts, how I can do them things by spending time with myself. I wish there was a video out there like this when I was 15, 16, 17, even mid-20s. A video like this would have changed my life because I wouldn't have had to be out there searching for several different videos, because no one makes a video like this that's all consisted into one. They want to trap you into the next video, to keep watching their content. But I don't give a fuck about if anyone watches my content, if anyone wants to keep watching my content. I want to make videos to help people, to change their life, to become the best version of themselves, to become who you want to be. And that is by sharing my own experience, by sharing the things that have helped me truly and deeply. Where I'm in a position right now where I have total belief in myself and the things that I do. The confidence in myself, the things that I say, the thoughts that I'm having. I'm in this position today. The way that I feel today is because of everything that I've done previously. The things that I've read, the things that I have journaled, the habits that I've taken up, the conversations that I've had. Everything has changed because of the way that I think and the way that I do things now. The confidence that I have, the feeling like I am a man. Where previously I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like I had control over my thoughts. That I had control over the discipline, consistency that I have. I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk about the things that I talk about without experiencing them firsthand. I'm not someone that goes out there and says anything for any reason. I don't sit here today. I wouldn't sit here today and feel proud of the things that I'm trying to talk about, that I'm trying to share, if I didn't do them myself firsthand. I do not talk about anything that I have not experienced myself. I don't want to spread bullshit. I only want to speak the truth in which I believe in. And if anyone doesn't agree with that, that's fine. If anyone wants to argue with that, if anyone wants to, try and make me see where they're coming from, I'm open to that. I'm not here to offend you or hurt you, but I'm here to make you realise that what we're doing today, the modern day, is not healthy. And it's not the direction that I want to be going in. If you're someone that doesn't feel right, who feels out of place within this generation, then I'm sure my videos are for you. Because that's exactly how I felt until I realised that there are so many of you out there that are agreeing with the things that I say, the things that I do, that I've helped. And I can't thank you enough for your feedback, your comments, your likes, your watch, your views, your subscriptions. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate every single one of you who has supported me through this journey. Be different from everyone else. Love you, boys.